All right, all right. Let me turn this down just a bit. All right. Yes. We're here. This is your host, Louis George Walker, coming to you from the confines of the KUAW radio studio located in the WEB Du Bois Learning Center at 4510 East Linwood in Kansas City, Missouri. And I want to welcome you to the Bftaa and More show that is starting right now, and we are glad to have you. There's a lot of things going on in the city, in the world of technology that we want to give to you or talk with you about. Tell your friends that the Bftaa and More show is on right now. We're streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitter hasn't come up yet, so it's acting a little silly right now, but we're streaming on those. We're also broadcasting audio over the TuneIn app, on Get Me Radio, on Online Radio Box, and My Radio Tuner. So you can pick us up audio or video right now. We're all over the place. And if you have a smart speaker, Google or Amazon, one of those smart speakers, tell it to play KUAW. And you'll hear us come over your Bluetooth if it's in your car or on your phone or whatever. Just tell it to play KUAW, and you can pick us up. So this is a partnership between the WEB Du Bois Learning Center and the Black Family Technology Awareness Association of Kansas City, Missouri. They come together to form Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom Radio, KUAW. That's what it stands for. So we're here to give you some news, give you some information, and just talk about what's going on in the city. Also, if you want to send a comment or question, just type it in on our Facebook chat. If you type in the message on our KUAW Facebook page, it'll come up on my screen and I can read it to you. I see that we have a watcher watching us right now, so it's always good. Hi, how are you doing? And it's always good to hear from the listeners out there. So if you want to reach out to us, just come on, dial in, and you can also call us, too, at 816-599-6893. That's 816-599-6893. Now, I'll check and see what's going on. I also have some helpers out there to let me know if my voice isn't coming through or something isn't happening right on the online world, but it looks like everybody is quiet, so I think we must be coming through okay right now. So that is a good thing. It's always good to get all the buttons pushed right. Like I say, the only thing that didn't come up right is my Twitter broadcast, so it's wanting to be a little cantankerous today. I may work with it when we take a break for the broadcast from NASA so that I can see what's wrong with that and get it back up. But yeah, we started some new programs. Also like to let you know the WEB Du Bois Learning Center is open to the public again. We're off of the pandemic and they're starting to work with children live and in person. The reading program is going on tonight. If you'd like to get your child involved in the reading program to learn to improve their skills in reading, to become better readers, the reading program at the WEB Du Bois Learning Center is starting at 6 o'clock tonight, 6 to 7:30. On Saturday, we have science and math. Math is from 10:30 to 12, and science starts at 12:30. So it's no reason for your child to go wanting for a little bit of help or just to advance themselves in their education. So get in touch with the WEB Du Bois Learning Center or stop on by here. Like I say, it's somebody here at 6 o'clock this evening. Also on Saturday mornings at 10:30, drop in, say you want to enroll your child, or go to the website at the Du Bois LC. I believe it's Du Bois LC. I'll have to look that up to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. But if nothing else, you can contact us right here at KUAW Radio or BFTAA. Say you want to get your child enrolled, and we can get it to the right person. So I want you to definitely reach out because they're here to help. We have volunteers and a lot of young instructors that are ready to work with your child. So be sure to check them out. Also, our robotics program, we fired that up. Yes, the BFTAA's robotics program is back as part of the science program at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. And we take kids from 9 years old to 18 years old. We have two programs. One is First Lego League, and that is for the 9-year-olds to 12-year-olds. And then 13-year-olds to 18-year-olds, we have VEX Robotics. So if you want your child to get involved, girls and boys, we have co-ed teams. So we take girls and boys. They can get involved in this robotics program, have a lot of fun, and learn something while they're at it. So it's always a good program to get your child involved in. So hopefully you'll take us up on that and reach out and come on by. So we'd love to have your student. We're looking for new and fresh students every Saturday from 12. The robotics program starts at 12:30. So if you want to bring your child here to get involved in some robot programming, building, and competitions, they get to travel, go to competitions that they can compete to try and get to the national level or the world level of robotics competition. So if you'd like to get your child involved in that, please get in touch with us as soon as possible. We're already forming teams, and kids will start building. They already started looking at the game that they've got to do and thinking of design. So next they're going to be working on the build mode of actually building the robot. After they design it and come to an agreement on that, they'll start the building phase. So get your child involved now, because this is a great time to get involved in robotics. And as we speak about robotics, one of the things that we saw, which is a machine that operates, remotely or on its own at a distance, is that NASA did some great things with robotics over the last week. Yes, it was fantastic. And also Elon Musk revealed a robot that his team is working on, and it's a humanoid-looking robot. And also I saw that they had some robot races, and the robot that won finished a 50-yard dash, I think it's something like 25 seconds. So they've got robots that are out there ready to race now, but I don't think Usain Bolt or any of them have anything to worry about if he can just do a 50 in 25 seconds. That's a little bit slow there. But anyway, it's just amazing that they can do it at all, though. But there's a lot of things going on in robotics, and there's going to be robots in our future. So we want to be on the cutting edge of it with working on them, designing them, and how do we create robots that are for our good. So we want our young people involved in that. That's a growing industry. They can be designers. They can be creators. They may be technicians or maintenance people on it. We don't know, but it's all going to be the jobs, and the expertise of the future is working with robotics. So in that vein, we want to go to let you see this week what's going on at NASA. So let's see if I can get the NASA program up. We try to show that every week. This is a weekly recap of last week, what went on at the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. And we're going to go to it right now, and you can see what's happening this week at NASA.
The world's first ever planetary defense test is a big hit. A major hurricane spotted from space. And moving our mega moon rocket back inside ahead of that storm. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. On September 26th, NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, spacecraft successfully impacted Dimorphos, the asteroid the spacecraft had been on a collision course with for about 10 months.
Rating. And we have impact.
DART's intentional crash into Dimorphos, a moonlet of a larger asteroid called Didymos, was an attempt to alter the course of an asteroid in space as part of the world's first planetary defense technology demonstration. The DART team will observe Dimorphos with ground-based telescopes to confirm that the technique, known as kinetic impact, did indeed alter the moonlet's orbit around Didymos. The cosmic collision was actually captured by our Hubble and Webb space telescopes, marking the first time that Webb and Hubble observed the same celestial target at the same time. Neither of these asteroids is a threat to Earth, but this technique could prove to be a reliable way to alter the course of an asteroid that is on a collision course with Earth in the future. On September 26th, external cameras aboard the International Space Station captured views of Hurricane Ian just south of Cuba as the storm moved toward the north-northwest. As expected, Ian intensified as it approached Florida. Space station cameras caught the storm again on September 28th as it was making landfall in southwest Florida as a Category 4 storm with winds upward of 155 miles per hour and a potentially catastrophic storm surge. On the night of September 26th, the team at our Kennedy Space Center began moving our Artemis 1 moon rocket from Launch Pad 39B back to the Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB. The Space Launch System rocket and Orion spacecraft were secured inside the VAB the next morning. Managers decided on the rollback due to weather predictions related to Hurricane Ian. In addition to protecting the integrated rocket and spacecraft, they also wanted to give employees time to address the needs of their families ahead of the storm. The spacecraft for our Juno mission at Jupiter made a close flyby of the planet's ice-covered moon Europa on September 29th. This image from the pass, some 220 miles above Europa's surface, is the first to come of some of the highest resolution images ever taken of portions of the moon. Valuable data are also expected from the flyby that, once processed, could benefit and inform future missions like the agency's Europa Clipper mission, which is targeted to launch in 2024 to study the icy moon. More information is available at nasa.gov/Juno. Believe it or not, these inflatable habitats are being blown up to make them safe for humans. Habitats like these could be used to house astronauts on future long-term surface exploration missions to the Moon and eventually Mars. But before then, NASA and commercial partners are conducting burst pressure tests to determine the maximum internal pressure these habitats can safely withstand before they fail. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, follow us on the web at nasa.gov/Tuan.
All right, yes. Yeah, that was good stuff was going on at NASA. Now, they moved that big Artemis rocket back into its hangar. You got to move it out, but now I think they're going to have to test it again to make sure that they don't have any leaks and all the stuff that they were working on before. We're going to get this moon shot off sooner or later. Hopefully before the year ends, they can get it launched. But they'll definitely have to be safe and keep it out of storm, because if a hurricane would have blew it over and stuff, that would have been billions of dollars gone up. So I don't blame them for getting that out of the way. But, yeah, there's a lot of things happening at NASA. You see those remote operations, the things that they're working on. Well, that takes hundreds of people, hundreds and thousands of people working in space flight, in aeronautics, in just testing all the equipment. Those are jobs that we need to make sure that our kids are available and able to step into. You know, because if you're not qualified, then it gets hard to get you into those jobs that can lift up your standard of living, put you on a whole different level. So that's what we want to make sure that our kids are ready for, and we're working with it right here at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association and the WEB Du Bois Learning Center. Now, we've got one more thing to show you coming from NASA, Space to Ground. They'll probably cover a couple of the same things, but they like to talk about that and some of the stuff that's going on at the space station. So let me see if I can get that started for you, and we'll see NASA's Space to Ground. Pay attention.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Sandra Jones. This week, the space station has a new commander. A trio departed the orbital outpost, and a crew quartet is preparing for their upcoming flight. On Wednesday, ESA astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti became the first female from the European Space Agency to assume command of the International Space Station.
We are just one tiny part of a gigantic team on the ground. So thank you so much to all the teams in Houston, in Huntsville, in Munich, in Tsukuba, in Moscow for supporting and making sure that the International Space Station remains an amazing laboratory in space and a human outpost in low Earth orbit.
A change of command ceremony took place in which Oleg Artemyev of Roscosmos handed over command to Christopher Reddy, as Artemyev prepared to return back to Earth following his 6-month mission. On Thursday, Roscosmos cosmonauts Artemyev, Denis Matveev, and Sergei Korsakov climbed inside their Soyuz MS-21 vehicle and undocked from the space station's Prishal module. Following undocking, the crew landed in the steppes of Kazakhstan later that day. The 3 cosmonauts launched to the station on March 18th and spent a total of 185 days in space, during which time they completed 2,960 orbits of the Earth and traveled 77 million cumulative miles. The next crew of space flyers is gearing up for their upcoming science mission. NASA astronauts Nicole Mann and Josh Cassada, as well as Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Koichi Wakata and Roscosmos cosmonaut Anna Kikina, are preparing for their upcoming launch to the orbital laboratory. Once on board, the crew will conduct experiments related to blood pressure, heart disease, bioprinting, continued observation of liquids in microgravity, and much more. To learn more about the research Crew 5 will be involved with, check out the Science Highlights web feature on nasa.gov. And to hear from the crew themselves about their upcoming mission, be sure to listen to this week's episode of Houston, We Have a Podcast, which features Crew 5 discussing their upcoming spaceflight. You can find this conversation by going to nasa.gov/podcasts. Houston, We Have a Podcast, along with the full library of NASA podcasts, are also available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud. And that's Space to Ground for this week. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
All right. Yes, that is Space to Ground. Oh, I like that background. It looks good. It feels like I'm flying out there. Yeah, Space to Ground. That's from NASA. So we're definitely glad to bring you that. It's a lot of good information and stuff that we should be sharing with the young people in our households, their grandchildren, nieces, nephews, whoever. But some may really be interested in science, in flight, and in all of that. And we want to make sure that we expose our children to as many possibilities so they can make informed decisions about what they want to do in life. You know, it's just like buying a car, anything that you do. You can't look at the very first one and say, that's it. If you haven't checked out a bunch, you know, to make a good decision, you want to look at different prices, different models, different things that are going on. Same way with our education and developing our careers in life. We can't make a decision on what we would like to do if we haven't been exposed to a lot of them, haven't had a chance to research and to dig into different career paths. So that's what we're trying to open up for our children, is that they can look at some of the things going on in science and technology with our robotics program. Not only will they learn and have some fun competing, but they will meet interesting people, they will work with interesting people, and it just broadens their horizon. So we'd like to get you down to sign up. Teams are forming right now. We had our first meeting with students Saturday. They were just kind of getting introduced to each other. So we'd like to bring any more kids in as soon as possible so that they can work with the team now and help it start building up. So if you'd like to get your young child involved in our robotics program, be sure and give us a call. You can call us on 816-599-6893 right here at the studio. You can hit us up on Facebook or on YouTube, or you can email us at bftaa@sbcglobal.net. That's right, bftaa at sbcglobal.net, and you can reach us, or just send a message right here on KUAW. However you're listening to us right now, if you're on the web or on Facebook, put a note in the chat if they have one. If you're listening on audio, there's probably not much you can do, but just get in touch with us because we're wanting to get this going as soon as possible. Yes, now people call as soon as you get a show going. You got people wanting to get with you, but That's all right. So we're going to keep on rolling here as we go into things that are going on and what we're wanting to bring to you. Now, one of the things that also we are doing, because we had a good week, want to show you all that we're doing here at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. And one of the things that's happening and will be happening Thursday, so I want you to be sure and tell some people about this, especially if you know any senior citizens. Any senior citizens that you might know, tell them about this program right here, Seniors Will Compute. What we've got going on with that right there, with that right there, is seniors can learn basic computers. Learn the basics of computers. If you know a grandmother, an uncle, an auntie, a brother, anybody that says, you know, hey, they never did get a chance to sit down and learn this thing. They don't have an email address. They don't know about social media or even how to look up stuff, you know, don't know Google, don't know how to turn it on. Well, that's what this class is for. Learn how to turn on a computer. Learn how to work on it, that you're not going to blow it up, that you're not going to make it explode. Learn how to be safe when you're using a computer. Well, all the basics of computer learning will be available right here at the WEB Du Bois Learning Center. The Black Family Technology Awareness Association is offering a class on basic computers. It started Saturday, but it's a self-paced course, so you can come in right now and start learning some more. Classes will be here Thursday from 1 to 2:30 right here at the WEB Du Bois Learning Center, located at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard. That's at Linwood between Cypress and Elmwood. So if you come, parking is on the 31st Street side, and then you come around to the front door and you can come into the class. Everything's on the lower level, so you don't have to worry about climbing those steps or doing anything like that. We're making it as easy for you to come in and learn. So that's what it's about. So if you know someone that could benefit from this, be sure and let them know that they can take a class in basic computers. And it's always, even if you're on a job and you say, well, I got a job, but you may want to improve your skills on the job and learn how to use the computers. That could mean a change in positions. That may not be a raise, but it might be a little easier work. You definitely want to look at that too. So if you're ready to learn how to use a computer, if you're ready to learn, men and women, we want you to come. Classes will be Thursday from 1 to 2:30, Saturday from 10:30 to 12. Right at the WEB Du Bois Learning Center. If you want some more information or you want to register or anything like that, give us a call at 816-599-6893 and leave a message. That's 816-599-6893. Or you can email rfs7800@gmail.com and put in the subject matter, Seniors Will Compute. Now, somebody that doesn't know how to use a computer is not going to do the email, but if you're the child of someone that doesn't know, or if you have a friend that doesn't know, tell them you can enroll them in it. If they're interested in it, that you can send in that information. But they can also call 816-599-6893. I think we have about 4 or 5 more spaces available, so get in here Thursday for Seniors Will Compute. And that's a good learning thing, you know. So we like the fact that we can help people get a little better in the computer world. I've got a little bit of my green screens moving. There we go. Now it looks better. Yeah, that's the magic behind the corner. Don't worry about that guy behind the screen. All right. Now, the other thing that we want to let you know about as we are bringing up stuff that is happening right now at the Black Family Technology Awareness is our Youth Robotics program. That's what I was talking about, our Youth Robotics program. You can get your child in there right now. Don't delay. We want kids from 9 to 18 years old. We had the first Get Acquainted meeting this Saturday. The kids are going to be starting to work on their project. So we'd like to have your child here next Saturday or as soon as you can possibly get them down here. So if you'd like to enroll your child in the Youth Robotics program, it's for ages 9 through 12 and 13 to 18. So we'll take them from 9 to 18 years old. This is part of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We'll go through the year, and we're hoping to start, after they finish this, we're going to start a brand new drone program. But we got a lot of things going on. So if you want to get them involved in the robotics program, give us a call at 816-805-0406. That's 816-805-0406, and you can get involved in the robotics program. We are looking for as many kids as we can possibly get, but we want to keep it limited to a certain degree. But we're ready for your child to come, and if we get more than we can handle, we'll put them on a waiting list, or we'll see if there's another team in the city that can use a young person. But we want our kids to be able to get involved in this fun, exciting type of field of robotics. And being in a robotics league, they'll build a robot that will compete. It's not battle bots. They don't have to beat a robot up or turn it over or cut it in half. There's none of that stuff. But they have to do some skills type competition. In Lego this year, the thing is going to be about throwing a frisbee. They have to build a robot that'll throw a disc. It's not really a frisbee. I guess that's a brand name. But it'll throw a disc into a goal. So they've got to create a robot that will actually pick a disc up and then shoot it into a goal, throw it into a goal, flip it, kick it, however they get it into the goal. So that's what they're doing. And for the younger kids, the 9 to 12-year-olds, their robot will have to do different tasks that are aligned with power in the United States. So the theme is superpower for that, and that's electricity, water power, wind power, I don't know, all that different stuff. But the kids will have to design a robot that can work and do some specific task in that. They will design the robot, they will create it, they will build it themselves. So that's what we want them to do. They'll learn teamwork. They'll learn a little mechanical engineering. They also have to program the robot to work autonomously. So they'll learn some programming. So their programming skills can get started, and they'll be able to learn even more. In the same way with VEX, they'll learn how to program a robot as well as to build and control a robot. So those are the things that we want them to do in our Fall Robotics League. So we'd like to have you sign your kid up for robotics here at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. Now, I got one last thing. No, this isn't the last thing. Next to the last thing I want to bring up to you, and that is that we need you. We need volunteers to help us work with our young people. If you'd like to volunteer with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, and as we said, we have the cause. We know what we want to do, but we can't do it without you. So you have the effect. So we have a cause. You have the effect that you can affect the young people in our community. And volunteer with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. You can work not only with our robotics program, but with our drone program, with our cyber seniors, if you want to work with teaching the basics of computers to our seniors, or if you'd like to work behind the scenes, if you'd like to work in administration, we're bringing in a brand new NetSuite financial program. And we're not accountants and stuff. So if you have a background with a little bit of bookkeeping or accounting and you'd like to help us with our NetSuite program, that's a financial program. We've been taking some classes from them, but we'd love to have a volunteer on site that knows a little bit about it. And it's definitely a part-time thing, so you work kind of when you want. And the way that NetSuite is set up, you can even work it from home. You don't have to come in. So we can use volunteers to do a lot of different things because this is an all-volunteer organization. We don't get paid. Nobody's getting a dime around here. I can guarantee you that. But we need your help. So if you'd like to volunteer, contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association at bftaa@sbcglobal.net. Or you can go online to our Facebook page, Black Family Technology Awareness Association -BFTAA, or to our radio broadcast, KUAW. You can hit us up on KUAW at gmail.com, KUAW985 at gmail.com. So we do have an internet radio station. If you'd like to work with this internet radio station, we'd love to have you with that. If you have a podcast, if you have a show, if you have an idea you'd like to bring to people, volunteer with KUAW Radio. Learn about the radio business. We've got an internet radio broadcasting all around the world, and we've got more than 7, 10, 15 listeners checking us out daily. So get in touch with us if you want to get involved with this radio site, if you want to get involved with our robotics, if you want to get involved with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, a group that has been working in the Kansas City area to close the digital divide for over 17 years, and we're still here. So come and check us out, Bftaa. All right. So now we got one last thing. And this kind of goes with our seniors program that I was talking about. It's like learning the basics of computer. After you learn the computers, and we found out that even now there are a lot of families that don't have a computer at home, don't have internet access. That's what we want to work with. We want to make sure that you have a computer in your house, that you have a laptop, a desktop, something, Chromebook, anything to help you get online. Then on top of having that, though, after you learn how to use a computer, one of the biggest things that it can help you do right now is to connect to the world over the World Wide Web or the internet. So this, and let me see if I can bring this up right now. There. Stay connected. So you heard that Biden had started the ACP, or the Affordable Connectivity Program. This is the U.S. government site. This site right here, let me see if I can make it big so you can see it. Because a lot of people will tell you that they can be part of this program. Okay, yeah, you see up there at the top it says an official website of the United States government. Here's how you know. So you can find out about that. But you can go and apply now. If you qualify, you can receive $30 toward your internet bill. And there's companies like AT&T, Verizon that have low-cost programs for people that qualify, that the $30 will cover your internet. So you could get internet access for free. And that's what they started, the Affordable Connectivity Program. ACP is a U.S. government program that helps many low-income households pay for broadband service and internet-connected devices. So you can apply for that online. So you want to go to their website, and it doesn't, I tried to scroll with this thing, and it won't let me scroll it up and down to show you more of the page. It's like showing you the front page, but it won't let me show you the rest of it. But if you go to that site, and I'll get the, let's see if I can bring it up here. I think I've got it on my computer so that you can go there and actually, okay, where is the Affordable Care Plan? It's down here somewhere, the U.S. government site. See, because they got all these other companies that step in and say they're doing it. There it is. Okay, the Affordable Connectivity Program, ACP, is a program run by the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, to help low-income households pay for internet service and connected devices like a laptop or a tablet. You are likely eligible if your household income is below 200% of the federal poverty line. So I don't know exactly where the poverty line is. You can look it up, but say the federal poverty line is at $20,000. Well, they say 200%. So if you make even $40,000, you would be able to still qualify for this program. So if your household is eligible, and eligibility is the key. If your household is eligible and it's based on your household income, let me see what that is. One household can share, they're not giving me a dollar amount. An adult who lives with friends or family who provide financial support. So a married couple who live together must share one benefit, so both of you can't get it. A parent or guardian and a child who live together will get one benefit. An adult who lives with friends or family who provide financial support must share that benefit with them. So those are some of the qualifications if you meet the income guidelines. And so that's one thing you want to know. So if you or your child or dependent participate in certain government assistance programs such as SNAP, Medicaid, WIC, or other programs, you may qualify. If you qualify for SNAP or Medicaid or WIC, then you can qualify for this. If you or anyone in your household already receives a Lifeline benefit, so if you're getting that federal Lifeline benefit, so you may qualify for the ACP through a participating provider's existing low-income program. Visit how to apply. So you've got to go to this website, and it's the USAC Affordable, well, let me put it up. Let me copy it down here, and I will put it on the screen. I can do that through the magic of connectivity. So if you want to know how to get to this program where you can qualify to get your internet paid for, that you can get some assistance with your internet, and that's over the program that was just announced this year. I think it was last year, but they definitely want to make sure that people know to sign up for it, and that's something that you definitely want to do. So let me put a text up here right now. Let's see. Can use an existing text. And that way, didn't want to turn that on. There we go. Let's see if I can get that up for you guys. Okay, there it is. Well, I said there it is. I don't see it. Come on, where'd you go? Portable care, color. Okay, how come this won't show on the screen? It doesn't want to show it. Okay. Well, I tell you, it's always something. But the website is www.affordableconnectivity.gov. So remember that. It's www.affordableconnectivity.gov. That's all one word, affordableconnectivity.gov. So if you go there, you'll get this page that you see right here, and you can apply for this affordable connectivity program. We want you to get hooked up. And as you get hooked up, or even before you get hooked up, sign up for our class for seniors so that you can learn the basics of computers. That's one of the things that we want to make sure that everybody can take advantage and not be caught on the wrong side of the digital divide. Yes, we've been trying to get people over the digital divide for quite a few years. And it's not an easy process. I mean, people would say all you got to do is get connected, but there's a lot of hoops. Everybody does not have the same level. Everybody's not equipped with the same finances and all of that. But we want to make sure that we do our part to help people cross that digital divide. We want to close that gap. We want to eliminate that gap because everybody, I feel, should be online or should know how to get online. You can choose not to, but you should know what you're saying no to before you do it. Don't go by just on the television where they say, well, you know, Facebook does this and so all the other bad things that can happen. There are a lot of good things that can happen by being connected. One thing is that you can apply for a lot of different jobs without leaving your home. You can take interviews if you have a webcam and stuff. You can do the interviews and get hired and maybe start work and never leave your front room and start getting a paycheck. You know, but if you're not connected, that ain't gonna happen. You can't do it. You can save money when you take vacations, when you want to rent one of these Airbnbs or anything like that. It's always good to know how to navigate the internet, to be able to do it, to find your location, to get medical care. I mean, there is some things and more are going to be coming that they can do remotely online to help diagnose or to help you with your health. And then there's a lot of free or low-cost health programs that are online. You can look up your medical records. The hospitals and stuff now are putting a lot of things online for you. That HIPAA law and stuff, they make your records available. I can go in and pull up my latest tests that I've had and know where I stand. You don't have to wait for the doctor. Or if you forget what the doctor said, the doctor is contacting you, the nurse is contacting you online. So there's a lot that we can do online that can make our lives a lot easier. And the pandemic really helped bring that out and make it noticeable that if you were online, you were able to do a lot more. And a lot of people were struggling like, oh, man, now I got to learn how to use that computer. Now I got to learn how to do this. I can't do all this stuff. Well, start learning now because there may be another pandemic coming. We don't know. But you want to be able to stay connected as best you can in case it does. So that's a lot of the things that I had for you today. I'm kind of glad that I was able to get through the whole list because sometimes we have a rough time with with getting everything in that we want to tell you about. But thank you for joining the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. Be sure and tell a friend, tell somebody that they can listen in on this. You can also hear this recording later on Facebook and on YouTube. But we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for young people to get involved with our program. We're looking for all the people in this city to come together and let's close that digital divide. Let's learn how to do the things that can make our lives better online and have a great day with it. So thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. For all the Purcell Class 70, this weekend is our weekend. There's a 70th birthday party going on, so I hope to see a lot of my classmates when we get out this weekend. So for the pirate in you, we're going to get back together and stuff. So, hey, y'all have a great time. Glad that you were here. Be sure and check me out again next week. This has been the BFTAA and More Show. I am your host, Louis George Walker. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay tuned because at 6 o'clock, we're going to bring you B. Michael, with Shifting Paradigms. Yeah, he's been remote for a while, and then he was taking a break for a while. But this evening, B. Michael is back with Shifting Paradigms at 6 o'clock. So don't go nowhere. We're going to be right here. We'll be coming back on live. We're going to stop right now, but the live will be back, and hope you can pick it up. So like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe to this page. If you're on Facebook, mark this as a like it so that you can hear every time that we go live. KUAW. Like and follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere that we are, so that you can keep up with what's going on with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association and what's going on in Kansas City. So that's all of my show for today. Stay tuned for B. Michael with Shifting Paradigms. He's coming up in 15 minutes. Keep listening. KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. Bye-bye.